everyone, happy Sunday. The sun is out. It's a really nice fall day. And so today's message has a little bit of a personal feel to it, but also something that we can all relate to as well. So, I know that we've all been in those moments when we have kind of felt that something just doesn't fit right. It's like trying to put a piece of a puzzle into the wrong spot, and there's something that just doesn't fit right, and you don't know why, and you don't really see why something doesn't fit, and all you have is this gut feeling that says, you know what, it's not fitting right. I'm not being able to put all of these pieces in the spot that I think they should go in. It just doesn't feel right. And I don't know if any of you have ever felt that. I know I have felt that at moments. I have felt that recently, where things just don't add up. It's not as simple as 1 and 1 equals 2, right? When you do a simple math problem, you just know that that's the way it is. But there's sometimes when you're like, that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like this should be what's happening. That, normal circumstances, you imagine them being this way, but in this particular situation, you're seeing it a completely different way, and it just doesn't feel right. And so what I want us to remember is that we all get those feelings for one reason or another. We've all seen things, heard things, even done things that, or watched somebody else do something, and we're like, that's not right. That doesn't feel right. It doesn't, it doesn't make me feel good. And especially with all the things that are going on in the world right now, when people makes a comment that is inappropriate, that doesn't feel right. Or if somebody does something and you're like, well, that doesn't fit right. That doesn't feel right. And so what I'm doing is I want us to remember to trust our gut. I want us to trust that feeling. There's a reason why we have it. Maybe we don't understand why we have it right now, but maybe part of what starts us asking questions and opening doors is just recognizing that we have that feeling, that we're saying, you know what, I don't know, something just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't seem like this is the way it should be. And no matter who it is, no matter what situation it is, there are going to be those moments where we just have to trust our gut. And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it's hard to explain and say, well, why did you do that? Well, I got this feeling in my gut and it just didn't feel right. Or it didn't make sense to me. And so you ask questions and you try to look for what makes sense to you, because ultimately that's what we need to have. We need things that make sense to us. That is part of our makeup. That's who we are as people. We've got to have these things make sense to us. No matter what they are, we just are like, we're searching for answers. We're searching for things that we can grab hold to that are logical and rational. And we're like, okay, I get it. That makes sense to me. But when you have that feeling, no matter if it's from somebody else, no matter if it's situational, I encourage you to trust your feelings, to trust your gut. There's a reason why it comes. And, you don't necessarily need validation from anybody else. You don't need to explain it to anybody else. If you feel it and something you have to do for you, then do it. Even if it means that you've got to walk away from somebody that, hurt you or is repeatedly saying things that are not helping you feel comfortable, walk away. If there are situational circumstances that you're like, okay, that doesn't add up. That doesn't make sense to me, why this would happen this way. Explain that to me. And it doesn't mean that when somebody explains it to you that you'll actually get the answer you want. All it means is that maybe you can make sense of it. So that's today's message. Please, please, please trust your gut. Trust your gut. You don't need to explain it to anybody, but if it's a feeling you get that something's not right, you know what they say, it's probably not right. So that's your message today. Stay well, stay safe. Remember to wear your mask, and I will see you next week.